We are live.
When will we see a different side of Sidvi?
You'll see soon with the Diwali
What is the
festivities.
side of Sidvi that is still remaining?
Exactly.
Huh?
On point,
We are
Gulati.
human beings. There are multiple sides.
I have always considered you a human being. Nothing else.
I'm good at hiding things.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
But which new side were you talking about? It's a Sunday Sidvi.
we'll see on 30th.
30th?
It's a
Your new side.
It's a deeper, darker side.
Will our family
Deeper,
members
more
also see
colourful
it?
side, not
Will the
darker
family members will also see it?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Because it's gonna be party time.
Okay.
A guy who doesn't party much is gonna have a party time.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but
I thought
great.
you were
That's
talking about me actually.
you no.
Yeah.
But the color of your shirt is looking amazing today.
Oh, thank you. Well,
Can
as
we-
you can see, all
Kawan-
decked up because I had
Kawan
to
bhai,
go for a
cut.
shoot.
Yeah.
I had to go for a shoot, and you're going to see a special package on a very new sport that is making waves. So
Nice.
do check that out tomorrow, day after, when that happens. And hope that sport captures the image, although some people might dismiss it that, is this a sport? It's not at all a sport.
We had
And
a
it's
tournament of it in our office also.
I mean, Shashwat to my left here is already an accomplished player in that sport.
Complete.
Reached the semi-final along with a certain Shubham Dikesh.
Yeah, we reached the semi-final, you know that?
Yeah. In that sport, he could have gone ahead, but Shashwat's nerves played on
Shashwat is
him.
actually like, A.B. de Villiers. He's good at multiple sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Former test cricketer, now an able competitor in this new sport.
That you will come to know very soon.
Yeah, so...
Vishay, before we proceed, if I'm not wrong, there is a current member in the New Zealand women's team who has been a part of a different sport in 2008
Yes.
Olympics.
Yes.
And her name is
Susie Bates.
Yes.
Yes, I mean...
Which was the sport? Rugby.
I think it was rugby, yes.
Yeah. Pawan, can we check it out?
And if you look at it, it follows the rich tradition. Elise Perry was part of the
Football. For football team.
The team was called the Matildas.
Matildas.
In the football World Cup, sorry. And it was her football skills that gave Australia the title in 2010. So that is why. Susie Bates, yes, the legend continues as we are going to see New Zealand thrash India. Same story. Basketball.
Okay.
I mean, A.B. de Villiers was a good hockey player also.
He was.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
also a fantastic rugby player. Rugby and hockey's loss. So,
A.B. de
him
Villiers.
becoming Mr. 360 in cricket. So, anyways, Diwali celebrations.
And its Indian cricket teams lost that Shashwat does not play test cricket anymore.
Yeah, but he's already going to be a star in another sport, which is going to
Yeah.
come up. So, do check that out. But, Diwali celebrations are not going to be good for any of us.
Why?
Neither for the
But
Indian
when is
cricket
Diwali? First, everyone needs to know that
That's a
also. Na?
good
That's a
question.
bigger question.
Diwali is on 31st for a certain part of India,
Yeah.
and it is on the 1st for some parts of India.
Yeah.
Okay. 31st is the main Diwali. 1st is the Choti, or you may say the Diwali afterwards in that. Okay. So 31st and 1st. But for us, there is not
We're
much of a
always
Diwali break.
On our
And
job.
there is no Diwali break for the Indian cricket team.
Yeah, but just before getting to that, Vishi, just before we get to the topic, because you were not there in office today, you were there for a shoot, your attention would have been on the other new sport that everyone will be coming to know. So I just want to update you with all that's been happening since morning. So it's been a very, very busy day, across the border.
Yes.
The Pakistan Cricket
I
Board
got
has
to know.
been on their toes since morning.
Yep.
First, they came up with the central contract.
Babar picked for Australia but dropped for Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
That was very.
That's because
weird.
of you, because they don't want you to call him Zimbabwe
Okay,
again.
a
Na?
piece of trivia for both of you.
There is nothing, we don't call him that.
Yeah. So what is the average of Babar Azam in ODIs in Zimbabwe?
100?
90.
184.
Whoa!
He's gone not out also at times.
Of
He's
course.
carried the bat.
Yeah. I think Babar is like been prepped up. I thought a tour to Zimbabwe would help because Pakistan are going to South Africa.
But in a way, I think it's a good decision to not send him, Shaheen and Naseem to Zimbabwe, because that's your only chance to try out a few different options that you're probably going to require for the Champions Trophy. So I think that's still good.
But or do you also think that it is just a cover up and just to support that they have been actually rested? Because from the test side, that is what was said, that they are rested. So just to show that yeah, they are genuinely rested, they have rested them from ODI also. So that there aren't many questions that if they were rested, then why such a short rest? Maybe you wanted to give them a rest for Zimbabwe also, and then straight away they'll start in Australia.
I mean, it is surprising. I thought they would be picked because they're going to go to South Africa, and it's not going to be an easy series for them on pacey, bouncy wickets. And I thought if you play in Zimbabwe, it will at least give a bit of an acclimatization for South Africa. But it's not happening that way. But then, yeah, a lot of...
Fakhar Zaman not included in the central contract.
I think the tweet...
And how
really,
Virat is the reason for that.
Yeah,
I've done a video on that. You can please go and watch that.
The tweet, I think...
You're
really,
giving it away here.
No, I think I know why that happened. I think that tweet really made it personal.
Yeah.
And that is why I think Rizwan has been appointed as the white ball captain.
Yeah.
I think that is a step in the right direction. Wicket-keeper batter doing marvels for a team and leading them to
Especially
glory in
Pakistan.
Yeah, where have we heard that before? Sarfaraz.
He's been removed from the central contract. Just the one.
He was a mentor for a side. How on earth can he be a...
contracted
I know, so that's why. But yeah, a lot of activity across the border in Pakistan. But here, Diwali celebrations are really going to take a hit because of the video that I did prior going to the shoot. The latest diktat that the Indian cricket team has gotten from the management, 30th and 31st, no optional practice. No optional practice, that privilege is gone. Full-fledged practice for all the top players, for the bowlers, everything. High-intensity practice because now you're woken up. 2 losses you've had. First series loss, 12-year streak gone. Now that is what the topic is. I mean, why is everything so Gambhir for Gautam Gambhir? Gambhir means serious. Why is the situation so serious at this point in time for Gautam Gambhir? Firstly, the reactions. You did a reaction video, Gulati. You also weighed in on opinions about what has happened.
Yeah.
Many people have accused a lot of other analysts, journalists of being biased because of one thing. When India were dismissed for 36 in Adelaide, the blame fell on Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri.
Yes.
Number one. But when India were dismissed for 46 in Bengaluru, and they have lost the series at home for the first time in 12 years. The criticism is that there's not much criticism on Rohit Sharma and Gautam Gambhir. Is what the fans telling most of the fraternity, is it justified that there has not been much of criticism? Or do you think that criticism is misplaced and that they did not have enough time? You can weigh in, the floor is open now. What do you think? Is the criticism that has Rohit and Gambhir gotten away very rightly, or have they been criticized very heavily? What do you think?
Yeah, I'll start. So, I think the criticism has been pointed in the right direction only, to be very honest, because if there's one thing that I really have to applaud about a certain Rohit Sharma, it is that he has, I think, led from the front, not just on the field, but in the press conferences also, by saying that it has been his mistake. There have been a couple of decisions that he took were obviously wrong. Now, in case of Gautam Gambhir, I'm tempted to agree a little with Sanjay Manjrekar here, because Manjrekar has said that the criticism that has been placed on Gambhir is not really right. It's unfair to blame the coach because it's the captain who takes those on-field calls, and it's also a collective failure of the team that you haven't been able to, get those big scores or strike at the time when the team really needed them most. So, I think if I just have to, maybe say it in a nutshell, what I'm really surprised is that India really want to adopt a new approach of playing test cricket, which is obviously baseball with more number of wins, and that's what I think the team would be targeting. Let's just, if there's one thing that, a certain Gautam Gambhir and a Virat Kohli have in common, you want to make winning your obsession. And that's something that, both Virat Kohli, did it for years when he was India's captain for about, more than 7 years. And same is the thing that is being, shown by Gautam Gambhir also, or maybe reflected in his statements. But what I'm surprised is that why India would not want to have an old school approach to test cricket as and when it is needed. I'll just give you an example. When you were 34 for 5 or 34 for 6 in Bengaluru, there was no need for the remaining batters to just go for the shots, because you could sense the difference that had that 46 all out been 126 or 136 all out, things could have been completely different in this series, not just a Bengaluru test but throughout this series. Look at the Pune test also. You bundled out New Zealand for 259. That was still an impressive effort by the bowlers. You needed just one man to be on the crease, just to hold one end, and the whole batting had to revolve around that particular player only, that particular batter only. It did not really happen. Does it come down to the fact that the Team India panicked? Maybe. But for me, what I really feel is that they really need to make sure is that you need to stay put to the old school approach of playing test cricket, because that's something that you might be required in Australia, and that's something that you did require in Australia in 2021. Case in point, Sydney test, multiple injuries, Hanuma Vihari and R Ashwin saving the test for you by batting close to 50 odd overs.
42 overs.
42 odd overs if I'm not wrong. So I think it's just about making sure that you have to back your words with your action. Gautam Gambhir, ahead of the start of this test series, he said that, New Zealand test series, he said that, if we want to become a team that's adaptable to, scoring 400 runs in a day, or even, batting 2 days in a test match, can India really do the second thing? Not really sure about it.
See, as far as the hate is concerned, I think it's going in the right direction, right? Like Gulati sir is saying. But what the issue I think most of the fans and Viratians in that sense are having, that the kind of hate, the magnitude of the hate that was given to Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli at that point versus the magnitude of hate given to Gautam Gambhir and Rohit Sharma at this point is different. I totally agree with the fact that the hate should 110% go to the coach and the captain, because they are the ones who are the think tank and most of the decisions are taken by them. When we talk about the World Cup, we do give a lot of credit to Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid. So when things are going south, definitely it should be the coach and the captain who should be raising their hands and taking all the hate, and be it if something is good, take all the credit. The only problem here is that because the magnitude is different, and I understand why the magnitude of the hate is different. I'm not defending Gautam Gambhir and Rohit Sharma here. All I'm trying to say is that Gautam Gambhir, Rohit Sharma are a really new duo in that sense. Gautam Gambhir has just taken over, and decisions definitely, even for Rohit Sharma on the field as a captain, have been wrong. We have talked about that on this show also. And same for Gautam Gambhir. If the approach, again, like you also mentioned, I think aggressive cricket, it's great to play aggressive cricket, but it needs to be situational in test cricket, not in T20s, not in ODIs. There you need to go all guns blazing, even if you're losing wickets. But in test cricket, it needs to be situational.
Yeah.
What the team has done, it wasn't visible since the time Gautam Gambhir has come in. That is something that needs to change. The only point is Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri got so much hate because at that point the team was under both of them since a very long time, and the mistakes were repeated. You never played the same team, the combinations were wrong, and this did not happen once, it did not happen twice, it happened repeatedly. In that sense, they were repeated offenders. In that sense, that's why I think a lot of hate was directed to them, and plus their comments post the game, post the series win, in fact, did not help their cause. I remember Ravi Shastri saying that this is Virat's team, and even Ajinkya Rahane said that I wasn't given sufficient credit. He did not say it in these many words, but yeah, this is what he actually meant. So those things also did not help. In this case, you have firstly Rohit Sharma come up and take it on the chin. He has accepted everything. In the first test match also, he took that I have read the wicket wrongly. But here, that's the one thing that's why the hate is very different. If Gautam Gambhir and Rohit Sharma continue to repeat these mistakes and you continue to get these kind of results, then definitely the magnitude of the hate could be equal or even more in that sense, because Virat Kohli has much more, more people sort of towards him. There are more Viratians as compared to Rohitians in that, if we are talking about that. That is why I think so many Viratians are disappointed at this point, that now they want that everything should go on them. It has gone on them. People have sort of talked about them. We have talked about it that some calls or by Rohit Sharma were wrong, some calls by Gautam Gambhir was wrong. He himself has said. So that is why I think there's a difference in the magnitude of the hate both of them are getting, and I totally understand why is that happening.
Okay.
Now, see, look at what happened in the two previous eras. The Shastri Kohli era, the Rohit Dravid era, and the Rohit Gambhir era. Okay, the Rohit Gambhir era out of this time is 3 months old. August, September, October, you're going to go into November, which is your 4th month. Okay. In the Shastri Kohli era, what happened was you changed the template of playing at home. Okay, you insisted on fast bowlers. You didn't insist on rank turners. I'm looking at the positives and the negatives. Okay.
Yeah.
The positives were fast bowlers became your core. You performed on sporting wickets. There wasn't rank turners. When you produced rank turners, you suffered. 2017 Pune being the classic case. And you escaped kind of in 2015 in Nagpur when South Africa were bundled out for 79.
Yes.
Those were the dark underbellies. The darkest underbelly was no one got a steady run. There was horses for courses. Now that I look back at it, okay, maybe you have to be a bit more careful. Maybe players' confidences were shattered. They were getting the results. I mean, Virat lost only 2 tests at home in his 6-year period. Rohit Dravid era. Post-COVID, your pitches went south. You lost to England on a sporting deck. You suddenly realized, no. I think I have, my core strength is the spinners. I'll prepare wickets. My spinners will come into the game. I'll whatever happens to the batters, jo hoga dekha jayega. That was the kind of attitude that was there.
Yeah.
You escaped twice because your opponent was worse in Ahmedabad.
Exactly.
You didn't escape in Indore. You escaped in Delhi because your opponent was worse.
In Indore, obviously, it was Australia. Matt Kuhneman and all.
Kuhneman and Murphy and Lyon.
Yeah.
Okay, those three. India, in this entire decade, none of your stars played domestic cricket. So, the changes that happened in domestic cricket was for pace bowlers because of what happened 4-0, 4-0 in England and Australia. When that facet was improved, your spin bowling went for a toss. You got your ability to play spin. Now, unfortunately, in the Rohit Gambhir era, they are dealt with one thing which other two eras didn't have, a series loss at home.
Yeah.
The series loss at home has given everybody the legitimate ammunition. Okay, we will target them. And I think somewhere down the line I had said that Tuta India ka ghamand. It was ghamand. It may sound ironical that, oh, you panicked and then usi ghamand hai. But then sometimes you have to show ghamand, your panic will come much later. What was the need to change the template? You had done well in Bengaluru in the second innings. Why didn't you prepare a sporting deck?
But I don't know, it didn't seem like the template was changed, because again that day even Gulati sir mentioned this point out that the wicket definitely changed. It was a turner, wasn't a rank turner in that sense. You did not go back to the dark ages, what we also called our show a few days back.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a rank turner. So playing spin in general was wrong. But you definitely wanted a turner that you gave out. But then you also should have played according to that. That did not happen. So this just sort of, I don't know if it's too early to say it or what, but it just shows a divide in opinion in the think tank.
You know, the problem is, see, results were being masked. I mean, whatever were the frailties, your results masked it. Both in the previous two eras, okay? There was a problem against spin. Nathan Lyon troubled you in that era. Murphy, Kuhneman, Bess, Root, everybody troubled you in this previous era.
Yeah.
Now, Santner, who never took more than 3 wickets in all of his first class career, has now taken 13 wickets.
Once 5 wicket he had in his first class.
Yeah, but then in his entire test
Yeah,
career,
never.
more than
International
3
career
wickets.
he never had.
So, Ajaz Patel troubled you in 2021. Okay, this is the problem. Pacers have troubled you overseas, that's a different thing. But then even your spinners at home are troubling you now, which is now the double whammy that Rohit and Gambhir will have to face. Your batter's form has declined so precipitously. that there is no escape now.
But how do you see the diktat, the new diktat in that sense from Gautam?
I can imagine that yes, 30 and 31. Okay, the diktat that Shashwat is talking about is that all players will have to now start practice. Optional practice is no longer an option.
Which has been there for a very, very long
Very long time.
But what are you going to do about the statement that was made by a very important stakeholder at the BCCI that we cannot insist on Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli to play domestic red ball cricket? What are you going to do about it?
How can I trust the BCCI? Okay, I can't trust the BCCI's
Yeah.
communication
Yeah.
for one simple reason. They were the same BCCI who said all players have to play domestic cricket. There was a window.
Yeah.
There was a window for the first time in a
So
decade.
maybe this diktat also for all players at that point also all players did not include Virat and Rohit. Maybe this time also all players does not include Virat and Rohit.
At that time, there was a loophole. The loophole is we are winning. What is the need? I am Virat, I am Rohit, I am Jasprit. I'll turn my A game on the day of match simulation.
But do you think Rohit has been taken in consideration before this diktat has come out?
It might be. It
Or is
might
it
be
just
because
Gambhir's
see,
call?
October 30 and 31. You're reaching Mumbai mostly by tomorrow or day after. Okay?
Yes.
And Mumbai, most of the players are based there. Most of the players. Jaiswal is based in Mumbai. Virat is based in Mumbai. Rohit is based in Mumbai. Bumrah is based in Mumbai. Okay. All players will have to do it and it's compulsory. No one can skip it. I will only believe it once I see it. Okay.
But it'll happen behind closed doors now.
It'll happen behind, but there'll be some reports now that okay, it's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. But this was the same BCCI who said that every player has to play the domestic competition because you had a window. Here, I hope that all players stick to the diktat because now you've got nowhere to escape. You've lost a series at home. If you skip this also, then it will show the high-handedness and the star culture that has permeated into the team and has established itself. Okay? A Bumrah, a Virat, a Rohit, if they don't come for the full-time practice session, then there is a star culture. A star culture that needs to be addressed at this point. In the case of Bumrah, we have said, oh, no, he might get injured, he might be all that and all those kind of things. Boss, the more you play, the less you get chances of being injured. But in the case of Bumrah, because of his injury history, what do you do?
Exactly.
This is where the BCCI will have to step in.
Plus, Gautam Gambhir did make a statement that just the decision on whether you want to rest Jasprit Bumrah is going to be dependent upon the outcome of the Pune test. And now that you have lost the Pune test and the third test match is going to be a dead rubber, obviously India would be eyeing a consolatory victory there. But do you really see Bumrah being rested for that match? I do see that.
Seems unlikely now.
See, he bowled a total of close to 15-16 overs in Pune, right?
Yeah.
He bowled only that much.
Even less if I'm
No, I think I think 11 in the first innings and 8 in the
8 in
second.
the-
I think somewhere,
yes.
if my memory serves me right in that. So, look at what has happened. If you play Bumrah, now I'm not looking only for the test series point of view. You have to win 4 tests.
Yeah.
If you don't win in Mumbai, forget it. Forget even thinking about what's going to happen in June. Because I agree you can win a series in Australia, you have the capability, but you are not beating an Australian team 4-0 at home. Then that day, I will tell you, I spotted a unicorn. The chances of me spotting a unicorn are far more realistic than India beating Australia 4-0 at home.
No, even if you win this, still you need to win 3 more.
You win this, you need to win 3 more.
That also looks
That
unlikely.
is a tall task. Even your peak Indian team managed only 2.
2, exactly.
Only 2. And this time you're playing
18 also you won 2-1, right?
Yeah, you won 2-1. But this time you're playing a 5-match BGT. The dynamics are totally different. Now,
So basically nothing less than a series win in Australia.
where is the rest?
Not just the series win, by a margin.
Where is the rest?
There's no
What rest are we talking about here? All the diktats that you're talking about now, boss, changed from October.
And I also don't-
September 30, October 1. That should have been the diktat.
And I don't think you'll be resting Bumrah. Otherwise, why this diktat would have had the name of Bumrah also? Why would you want him to practice when he's not going to play the next game? In that sense,
This is open panic stations. Panic button has been pressed. You already pressed the panic button after you lost in Bengaluru. It's been pressed harder, and now there is a red light. Boss, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. I will only believe this diktat until I see it, but I've seen too much of the past BCCI diktats to believe them at all. Because calling the BCCI transparent is like saying east is west. It is like that. So, Gambhir's situation and Rohit's situation is compounded by the fact that they lost the series at home.
Yeah.
But somewhere down the line, I don't think they are getting that much of criticism. I don't think so.
no.
No. Your captain has been clueless in 2 tests. And he's casually saying, oh, if you play for that long,
But I think
we
you're
can
again
lose 2
you're
matches."
comparing it with the hate Virat got.
But if you compare it with the hate, it's far lower.
No, but again.
And Virat lost far little.
But again, I think the only difference here is that again, very very small sample size for Rohit.
How?
These 2 tests.
No, he's lost 4 in his captaincy career at home.
Yeah.
Virat in 6 years lost 2. 3, he's already lost 4.
But Vishy said there was a difference in the kind of pitches you were dishing out.
Who made that difference?
It was Virat's call only at that point.
The
This here now you're saying now who made this call?
Who made the call to tamper with the pitches? Who made the call to ensure that I serve up rank turners? Who made the call to ensure my batter's confidence takes a dip? Who is responsible for this?
Virat.
The current man. No, the current management.
No.
They could have under Virat. When did he resort to that?
2019.
No,
18.
2021.
No, even in 19 you gave rank turners.
Where? Against whom?
There were no rank turners in 2019.
South Africa, every pitch was true.
Yeah.
Bangladesh, every pitch was true. The
Bangladesh too was that pink ball, right?
Yeah, ball, but that was seaman swing.
That's a different thing where Bangladesh struggled, na? That's
Yeah.
a different case
In the
altogether.
South Africa series, nothing. 17, you dished out 2, you may say, rank turners. One difficult pitch, one rank turner was definitely Pune. 15 was Nagpur. But apart from that, you played on
Even
2
Delhi
pitches.
was pretty much a rank turner wherein Ajinkya scored those 200.
No, but then that was South Africa capitulating. I mean,
Yeah.
150 overs, 151 runs.
Yeah.
You could still play. So,
That was not a rank. No, it
Your
it
rank
was a
turner
genuine Indian wicket.
rank turner consistency became far more in the Rohit, Dravid and Rohit Gambhir era. Every match.
No.
Of course.
It was more into this. The whole idea started with Virat and Shastri only dishing it out because you wanted to
In
qualify.
the later series,
No,
2021.
2021 to 2020 till when did he leave captaincy?
2021.
2021 he left the test captaincy.
Yeah,
Right.
he left in 2021.
But even before that, I remember this the England series that was in 2021 only. The day-night test only where Akshar Patel took those wickets.
Yeah.
There it started.
Yeah, it started from there. No, it started from Chennai.
No, I mean I'm talking about the series.
Even there, Chennai. After you lost on a good pitch, you lost in Chennai on a rank turner. You lost to Ahmedabad in both rank turners.
Yeah.
Okay. It started from there, but consistently, who's followed it up? When I'm in trouble, no, I'll dish out a rank turner.
No, but
Three tests in
against
the PGT.
England, 3.
3 tests in the BGT.
No.
Nagpur, Delhi, and Indore. Indore was an abomination. Let us make no mistake about it. Indore was an abomination. When did you start turning the tide? 2024?
England.
England. You got true pitches there after having won, you may say, a rank turner in Hyderabad. I don't think that was a rank turner.
That wasn't really a rank turner.
Yeah. You started undoing that. Now you have again gone back to the period when, okay, you dish out a spinning deck. Your players can't play spin. Boss, that's it. I'm done.
What's more disappointing, see, had India lost to a team that would have been better than them in test cricket across conditions, it would have been okay with me. The point is that you've lost to a team, with all due respect, is a pretty average team in the subcontinent conditions. I think that makes the loss a lot more hurting.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. Ajaz Patel, Mitchell Santner, they are not going to intimidate you all over the world.
Exactly.
No disrespect to them, but then that's how Glenn Phillips.
Even Simon Dool has admitted the same thing
Yeah.
that we both just said.
I mean, Glenn Phillips, Mitchell Santner, Ajaz Patel are not going to run through
No, but
opponents every single
what
time.
hate apart from this should have been given?
Call
See, the
out-
captain himself has come out and agreed to the mistakes they have made. What else do you
Call
expect?
out your cluelessness. Call out your prima donna.
He did that, Vishy sir.
No,
He
no,
did
no, no.
that.
Call out your prima donna. No, I will not play domestic. Okay, the domestic setup has been corrupted because none of your star placement, you cannot play Ranji. Okay, you cannot play spin.
But he did call out his clueless captaincy in that sense. Now he said that I read the conditions wrong. What else is he supposed to do? The only difference here being is that at that point, why the reactions? Now just imagine if I and you have some difference of opinion, and you have it with him also. He reacts in a different way. I react in a different way. I react like in a more positive way, agreeing to what I've done, and he reacts in a different way, giving out different answers to you and trying to defend himself more, trying to question you even further. You'll obviously react to both of us in a very different way. That's exactly what has happened here.
But the reaction is hurting. Our reaction disagreement can be on a healthier basis, which doesn't hurt anybody's broader interests. But the broader interests of Indian cricket has been hurt. Your batters can't play spin. Are you going to remedy it? Is this two-day thing going to remedy it? No way. It's not going to.
Exactly.
Okay. Other part is, how are you looking at the long term? You don't know what is your long term. For one simple reason. Okay, three situations I'll give you, okay? If India doesn't perform and they lose BGT, they don't make it to the WTC final. Big question marks on Rohit and Virat. Big question marks on their
clear.
future.
Absolutely.
Situation number 2. Team doesn't perform, you don't get to WTC, but Rohit and Virat are scoring runs. Are you going to keep them in the test squad for another 2 years?
Still question marks.
What about
Still
you?
question marks.
Still question
On
marks.
Rohit,
but
not on Virat.
But knowing Indian cricket, these two will be there. Third question, third situation. You get to WTC final, but you still lose. Are you still persisting with them for 2 more years?
I'm persisting with Virat Kohli in any situation. Not for 2 years. I don't know for 2 years or not. I just give him a little longer rope, but not with Virat because I know the future, even if he gets back into form for a brief while, he cannot sustain till the 2027 WTC cycle. But for Virat, I know once he's back in form, he's a very big asset for my team. So that's why I'd give him a longer rope. Also, he has the advantage of being 2 years younger.
So
Okay.
if I am a selector and if I do not see any magnificent performances from both Rohit and Virat in the next 6 test matches, I'm going to look beyond them. As simple as
Now, we both know England,
So you-
Indian cricket's machinations, okay? How on earth will the selector build the cat? How? They are players who have decided that we will go out or we'll come in according to our own terms. These are the same players who picked and chose formats for 2 to 3 years. Now suddenly, no, I want to continue giving India glory until I'm 40, 45. What can you do? You can't do anything about it. Rohit and Virat will stay with you until they feel, this is the key word, until they feel that they are not going to be part of the scheme anymore. They won, they left T20As on a high. They left T20, now they want to repeat the same thing in test matches also.
I know,
And the WTC final is your ultimate thing.
Yeah.
If they don't win that, I don't know how they'll last till 2027. Honestly, good luck in figuring that out. Okay. So the hate, I would say that no, it's come from portions, but then you don't know with the people and fan bases. Yeah, this is a very fickle fan base. Their hate varies, their criticism varies, but you cannot take the fan base's criticism at all because it's always tainted. That is why taking a fan seriously in India is destroying one's own judgment. You lost a series, cope with it. Are you seeing solutions? No, you're not seeing solutions. This latest diktat is not going to undo what you have managed for 3 years. You have systematically destroyed each and everything for 3 years. These 2 days are not going to achieve it. So, Gambhir is getting Gambhir. But, is it too late? That I don't know. So, let's see how that pans out in the near future. So, we'll take a couple of comments on this. Shubham Garg is saying, Manjrekar had done 3 videos on collapse in 2 weeks. In all those videos, thumbnail, it's VK pick only. Are collapses happening just cause of him, or is he the captain?
No,
Well,
the reason for that is something else.
yeah.
And we all know.
Make your
What is the
inferences.
reason?
Of course.
Make your inferences. That's all I can say. Dhanush is saying Australia 2011 series. Manjrekar said give Virat one test so he doesn't belong here. Now he's not bashing India lose the series because Rohit is from Mumbai. Again, the same lobby thing that we all used to grow up in the 70s and the 80s has now been morphed even bigger now.
Yeah.
Rohit, Mumbai, Virat, Delhi, Mumbai, Delhi lobby. Until there is concrete proof that people can share about this lobbying and all these things, I would say just hold your horses.
See, a former Test cricketer said this about Virat Australia 2011 series.
Yeah.
Even a former cricketer here also said this thing about KL Rahul.
KL Rahul.
Similar thing.
I know KL Rahul. Damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. So, what prior Thompson De Cruz is like saying? What prior experience did Gambhir have to become India coach? I mean, actually, that thought crossed my mind. Have we
Just
mixed up
IPL.
formats?
Multiple
No.
experience of being a mentor.
Yeah, and he
But
was
in
with
an
the,
IPL.
he was with the Delhi team also. He wasn't the coach there, but yeah, he played a very vital role
Unofficial
as
mentor.
Unofficial mentor.
But again, he was the
Ranji Trophy captain.
white ball.
No, Ranji Trophy. Delhi.
Ranji, but was he the coach?
He
or
wasn't the
mentor?
coach in that sense, but yeah, you can unofficial.
See, a mentor and a coach in a red ball system and in a white ball system is totally different. That's why, look at it. McCullum, to when he was one format captain, he was having success. One format coach. One format coach, he was having success. Now he's coach in all formats. That's it. He's slumped to a loss, 2-1 to Pakistan. So it involves different dynamics altogether. So Pango is saying, guys, you are over-analyzing this. Good cricketer versus bad cricket. Time and again it is proven that this core fails to deliver under pressure. But this kind of core delivered you wins elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's only that you are failing after 12 years. You papered over the crack, and that's why that crack has now widened. You can't paper it anymore. Tanmay Joshi, the players have undergone a huge loss. Let them rejuvenate mentally. Why are you traumatizing them on Diwali? Shame on this coach missing Dravid. But then, boss, he's only following the culture that is existent in India.
Yeah.
No one gets an off. You get a 1 day off in Diwali. Okay. And the Indian cricket team is a reflection of the Indian system.
Yeah. You're
Conveniently,
writing a book on that too.
I mean, no, I'm not writing a book on that. But the
But
Indian...
yeah, somewhat.
No,
a branch of that.
See, look, 30-31, okay, Diwali is on 31. We are also going to be working on 31. We are not going to be having a holiday on 31. The Indian cricket team is also finally experiencing what a common man will experience. No off on for most of us. So that is why traumatizing them and rejuvenate mentally, those terms don't exist in India, my friend. Tanmay Joshi, this trend exists only in the West, and that's why the West is behind us in these kind of things. Shubham Gar, Shashwat for you. Shashwat 2018 England Tour, VK scored 600 plus runs, India lost the series 4-1. You need to see the hate he got for captaincy. Journalists tore him apart at that time. Well, yes, captaincy wise, see, there'll be two.
No, because again, I'm telling you, I do agree with what you're saying, again, Shubham Garg, but what I'm trying to say is that Rohit and Gautam Gambhir have gotten that sort of hate. It's not like they haven't. Even we sitting here talked about this fact again after again that Rohit looks clueless as a captain. Yeah. It was just very straightforward about it. Even Rohit himself came out and agreed to the fact that I did not read the conditions rightly. The only reason why Virat got much more hate and Rohit isn't is firstly because Rohit came and took it on his chin as compared to how Virat used to counter the questions that he used to get in press conferences. Secondly, the mistakes that were made by Virat Kohli at that point were that they were very elementary mistakes. You were not playing the same 11, you were playing the wrong combinations. So if that is done again and again by Rohit Sharma, even he'll get that sort of hate. Again, the example I gave, if somebody is reacting in a different way, people will sort of take that in a different way. So it's just as simple as that.
Again, see, the tactics that he used, not for the batting form or anything. Batting form was sublime. The tactics, he allowed Sam Curran twice off the hook. in Edgbaston and in Southampton.
Exactly.
As much as India's bowling lacked potency in that series because you weren't really able to get rid of England's slow order. I think it was Virat's captaincy also that did hurt India. There were a few bowling changes that did not really make sense.
Exactly.
Your 3 cast iron losses, you have to blame on the tactics. You didn't have the right field, you didn't have the right bowling combination for the England tail. That hurt you in Southampton, it hurt you in Edgbaston. You picked the wrong team at Lords.
2 spinners and 3 pace bowlers.
You picked the wrong team at Lords. So that's why 3 losses, the hate and whatever you may say, the hate that you're saying, the criticism is justified for that time.
Yeah.
So Shubhankar,
exactly.
you can't
And it's
blame
not
that.
like that we haven't talked about Rohit Sharma. Since day one of the first test match, we have said that he's not going with the right field, not going with the right
The problem
11.
is Virat's captaincy was brilliant at home, okay. But overseas, there were a lot of things left to be desired.
And we never said, there were never questions over the captain, the batter Virat Kohli, and even if he scored those many runs and the team did not win and he's the captain with his coach Ravi Shastri, then I think the bug will obviously stop on the both of them, because they were, when we talk about that era, that dream era that Indian Test cricket have, we give all the credit to Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri. So at that point the hate also automatically goes to them. I don't understand what is so
that is the thing. See, Virat never achieved success in South Africa. Okay, 2 opportunities.
not even in England.
He didn't achieve in 2-2. He drew a series.
That's
in
still
England.
better. Yeah.
Never achieved success in New Zealand. Never. He got only one success in the Sena country, and that was Australia. So that is papered over most of his other failures as a captain. Batter-wise, he was divine everywhere except New Zealand.
Just
So
a couple of test matches.
only 2, but that is India's fault that they played only 2 tests in New Zealand.
And
So
even he did well, but he did well in New Zealand in 2013.
but he wasn't the captain.
Yeah.
14, where
14,
he hit a 70 and he hit 100 in Wellington.
Brendan McCullum 300.
Yeah, he hit 100 in Wellington, but that was when the ship had sailed. And that was Dhoni's clueless captaincy at that point. Sridhar Savaikar, Mr. Shashwat, Virat captain from 2015. Look at the scores and pitches till 2020-21. England was the only series of ranked turners. Virat, Pujara, Rahane, Vijay scored tons of runs from the 2015 to 2020 season at home. Of course they did. Your core was based on fast bowlers.
But as soon as the WTC system started, you had that sword on your neck always. That is when the things actually started to change in Test cricket also.
Yep. Shubhamgar, Shashwat, did Rohit took the blame after second test for clueless captaincy? He just said it after first test. After second test, it was a collective failure. Well, I'm sorry to break the bubble, but yes, it was a collective failure.
It was.
Collective failure means clueless captaincy, bad bowling, bad batting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to break the bubble to you. He did admit
Exactly.
it. So that is the thing. It is going to happen. Shubhamgar, can you guys show one tweet from any journalist or ex-cricketer about captaincy of Rohit after second test? Just show one tweet.
See,
Why
again,
do
I
you want to tweet?
Exactly,
Shubhamgar?
and we cannot answer for the other journalists. We here, I am telling you, you can go back and see the shows that we have done on the days of the test match. We every day, I personally, and I can talk about others on the panel also, everyone has very specifically mentioned that Rohit has looked clueless. There are no other options about it. We have talked about this, so now I cannot be answering for what other journalists are talking about or what they are not talking about.
If you're looking for social media validation for all these kind of things, it's a very hollow argument.
Yeah.
Okay, we have been criticizing Rohit Sharma from day one of Bengaluru, so that is why this tweet and everything. No, if you read traditional, look at digital, which is very legitimate. Social media can never ever be legitimate. Please. Social media, the more you avoid and then say, show us a tweet, show us this, show us social media. Why social media?
And why will we answer for other journalists?
Exactly.
You tell me.
We can't.
We can only talk about ourselves.
Let's just take a last couple of comments. Future IITian, he says, technically Virat won England 2021 Test Series 2-1. Yeah, 5th Test, Bumrah was the captain, makeshift captain, because Rohit was down with COVID, if I'm not wrong. Okay. And
You media stealing credit, and 2021 SA2 due to BCC India loss.
No, I think in
Please, future
2021 it was obviously Rohit Sharma. He had a hamstring injury. He wasn't really fit. Then Virat, he suffered a back injury in the second test. Therein you had another makeshift captain in KL Rahul.
So,
Not really sure.
So if you have to look at it, KL captained in one test in South Africa, and Virat captained in two. You won one, but you lost one. So should we say 2021 SA Tour was shared, future IITN? Because that was KL. Virat, no, it was 1-1, yeah, Virat. It doesn't work that way. That was the continuation of a same series. So that is why. And okay, which are freaking awesome. India had lost 16 test series at home so far. Lost 5 series against West Indies. Lost 4 against England and Australia. No, England also 5. Australia 4, 1 against Pakistan, South Africa, and now New Zealand. Okay. So, music is love. I mean, I got your basic comment, what you're saying. This is a very lazy argument that you can sit and make. It's a lazy argument that most media are PR and all those kind of things. Hey, by the way, I will just tell you, how does PR work? Can you please tell me how does PR work? And if you say that you're going to support one particular individual, then your definition and your understanding of PR is very hollow. Okay? Vishal Panchal, we have bench strength for batting, but how about bowling? Who will replace Ash Jaddu?
Akshar Patel and Washington Sundar, I think you
And
have
Kuldeep
to
is also
replace
there.
Tanush Kotian is there.
Tanush
Tanush
Kotian.
Kotian is there. That's a good
Kotian, Tanush Kotian. So, yep, that is also there. And who will replace Ash and Jaddu? Pace bowler also every
I think
series
it's going
now.
to be a problem in the pace bowling department, and it's not just about the talent. I think it's about fitness. You've had the likes of Prasidh Krishna, he is back in the squad. There is Mukesh Kumar, there is Khalil Ahmed, but there isn't a fast bowler, that has shown the promise of bowling around 10, 15 or 20 overs a day and still being fully fit. So fitness part as far as the bowlers are concerned is going to be crucial.
Yep, so that is the thing. Yeah, Bumrah, Siraj as Akashdeep. So let's see how the pace bowling department.
Normal
then goes.
questions.
Yeah, normal questions. I think we'll take one more and that's it.
One more.
Just one more, and that's the thing. Okay. Marco is saying Kohli test average since 2020 is approximately 29 when the conversation is going to start.
It is already started. It has already started.
And not just for Virat, even for Rohit. So that people come and say that we are just talking about Virat.
Freaking also the one-off test against England should be considered too? Yes. Because that 5th test was postponed. So
and that call was, that call was that England was wanted to play that test match. India did not
want to play. So it was a continuation of that. The series was drawn 2-2.
That was the best opportunity to win a series in England that you lost.
It was a great opportunity, but then not happening, folks. So yes, 2 days, that 30th and 31st, India are going to have a big practice session. Is it going to help? Frankly, I don't think so. So now we are building up to India versus New Zealand, the 3rd and final test match, but a very important test match from the context of the World Test Championship. If India win that, they need to win 3 more in Australia so that they can seal qualification. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm sorry, folks. India can bid adieu to their WTC final hopes. And for the first time, they'll not be part of the final. So that's about it. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for all the time that you've given us. And from me, Gulati and Shashwat, it's bye-bye, Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair. Stay safe, eat your vegetables.
And don't trouble your mother.
And enjoy the festive season that's going to come soon. Bye-bye.